A lot of you Cardano holders out there are patient for months now, and right now, ADA making a slight move to the upside, testing big resistance. If this resistance falls, a massive breakout for Cardano potentially in play. In this video, I want to break down this phase 3 of the Cardano bull market and what a $2 plus Cardano looks like in the short term. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit the subscribe and like on the way in. Let's jump into the Cardano video. This is going to be a bullish video. This is a bullish, even short-term video, but I want to get this out there. I have to preface the entire thing with where Cardano is right now. I just tweeted about this a little bit ago. This is an area that we have to be aware of. It's that last swing high, all-time high to the swing low. We are in a Fibonacci resistance right now. There's been no bullish confirmation. Cardano has not broken this 786 at around $1.42. Cardano is within it right now. And at the same time, I'm looking at Bitcoin charts. Bitcoin testing its own similar lower high resistance, a very similar one that we had back in February. For Bitcoin, for Cardano, we're looking for a move like this once again for continuation in this bull market. We've not gotten that yet. So please keep that in mind. Even though I'm going to be discussing bullish potential here for Cardano, keep in mind, we're testing a Fibonacci resistance right now, and we have to be aware of it. And what that is very simple. Swing high, all-time high, lower high. That's all we have right now is a lower high, and we haven't even broken the 786 on this Fibonacci. So that's something I'm watching for. But let's discuss the potential for Cardano to finally see a breakout of some kind. Going to the daily chart real quick. This is what we've been tracking. You know the story. It's just been sideways consolidation, an opportunity for the naysayers to really talk trash about Cardano, as many of you ADA holders just growing bullish as this pressure cooker just mounts and grows. And this is where we are. We fell below the lower trend line of this triangle. We got the pullback as we anticipated. It happens so often. We know the data suggests that it happens often. 63% of the time we see pullbacks of these ascending triangles, and we've gotten the pullback, and now we're looking for that final break above. Remember, $2.60 target or so for the breakout, the busted ascending triangle that we've been tracking. But let's break down, and we're going to use some historical data to break down this phase 3 entry. And this is what I'm talking about, going into smart contracts. We had phase 1 going into staking, phase 2 going into multi-asset ledger. Now we have a phase 3 going into smart contracts. This is what I've been tracking. This is what I've been just kind of sharing with you from a data perspective on these Cardano charts. And I want to break down what this could look like, the entry of this phase 3. So let's go over here to the daily Cardano chart. And what I want to talk about is this is the entry of phase 2, right? Going into and out of so Shelly hard fork, consolidation, and then going into the Mary hard fork, build up, the lead up. And what I'm looking for is the final phase of that consolidation back here, very similar to the final phase of this consolidation here, post Mary hard fork. And what we're looking for is a very similar move. And what you can see actually happening here, and let me kind of zoom in so we can see this a little bit better. At the end of this consolidation, Cardano, this swing high to swing low, tested a Fibonacci resistance right here and finally got that breakout. So right now at the tail end, hopefully the tail end of this consolidation, we have a swing high to swing low, Cardano testing a very similar Fibonacci resistance in a very similar fashion. You see the support above the 50-day moving average, that blue line, and then you also see the support above the 50-day moving average, that blue line here. So Cardano back then seeing resistance at this Fibonacci, bouncing around between that area and the 50-day moving average. And then if we look at Cardano now, you can see Cardano bouncing between this Fibonacci resistance and the 50-day moving average. That's where we are right now. We do want to see Cardano play out similar to how it did back then. And what that looks like is very simple. You can see Cardano, what it did then is it broke that resistance, made its way through the 1618 of that same Fibonacci, and really just consolidated around that area. That is what we want to see for Cardano. So you can actually see the 1618 for Cardano right around, and it's at the top of the screen. You can't even see it. Let me zoom in here. So the 1618 still at the top of my screen of that Fibonacci, right around $2 up here. That's the move we're looking for Cardano. Not something that would potentially happen overnight, but definitely something that can happen in a matter of 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And so the move, if we kind of chart Cardano from this previous swing low all the way back here, the final phase of consolidation before the breakout back in November. And remember, this was actually the entry of Bitcoin entering the bull market as well. But swing low to swing high. And this is the move Cardano did. Let's drag it over. This isn't exact, everybody, but this is just a very speculative look of Cardano. And you can see a Cardano move to $2, very, very similar and reflective of the move we had back then. How this plays out from a bars perspective and what the bars look like, the speed of it, the trajectory of it, that's completely up in the air. But essentially, that's the move we're looking for. A move to the 1618, the $2 range for Cardano. But again, I want to digress for just a second. We are on the short term at this key resistance. So while this is kind of like a bullish talk, bullish video, trust me, I want this to play out. Historical data suggests it could. It's possible. I'm still just watching this chart and I'm like, what's going to happen here? You know, what's going to happen with Bitcoin at its own Fibonacci resistance? I don't want to be faked out here, and I don't want any of you to be faked out here. And so we have to keep track of short-term confirmations. Right now, Cardano is at resistance. There's that lower trend line of this triangle. There's still a lot of resistance for Cardano, but that is what the move looks like. On this 6-hour chart, you can see the move. There's the 1618 area of the Fibonacci, and actually, the 1618 area is right around, I guess on this 6-hour chart, it's looking like it's right around $1.96. We can call it $2. And the other thing we have going on, which is really interesting, that 1618 resting right in between two target areas. Number one is that $2.60 ascending triangle, busted triangle target. And also down here, right around $1.70, $1.80, we have the inverse head and shoulders that we've been tracking for Cardano. And right now, kind of we're forming a right shoulder. It's ugly. It's not perfect, but you know I always talk about the story of the inverse head and shoulders, which is kind of the struggle of the bears versus the bulls. And we're in that last right shoulder struggle, seeing if the bulls can pull up to the neckline area and make a break to the upside. So interesting to see. We have kind of that $1.70 range target. We have the 1618 target around $2. And then we have a $2.60 target for Cardano. This could be the trajectory of Cardano truly in the short term. I don't even say midterm. This could be, you know, a 1 to 2 week type of deal. It could also be a midterm, right? This could take a month or so, a 1 to 2 months to even hit these areas. But that's why we have to be very aware, cognizant, and ready for a blast off for Cardano, because I don't know how long you've been in Cardano, and everybody's portfolio is different. Everybody's entry point is different. I get messages, Dan, can you help? Can you do a video on exiting and selling? This is the most I can do. I can offer you targets and stepping stones as we enter phase 3, as we enter going into smart contracts. And this is just, remember, these are short-term, potentially mid-term targets. So on the macro, targets could be higher. Cardano can blast through these areas, through $2, through $2.50. Remember, $5 to $10 Cardano is possible this bull market. So as we see these targets, visualize your portfolio. If you want to take exits, if you want to take profits, plan now. This is what targets look like. And in doing so, also plan when we hit targets, getting retracements. So if you sold at $1.70, right? If you sold at a $2 Cardano, are you ready to sell, get resistance, and are you ready to come back down? And do you have a plan for that scenario? This is all about visualization and preparation, everybody. I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen, but as we visualize, and this is what we've done since like 10 cents or potentially even below 10 cents on these charts for Cardano, we visualized every move, and every target has almost hit like perfectly. It's taken time, but we've fallen into these patterns. We've seen support, we've seen resistance, and this has just played out very nicely. Will the story continue on this short-term chart as we test this resistance? Are we going to get a similar move to the upside as we had at the end of the last consolidation phase post Shelly hard fork? Here we are post Mary hard fork going into smart contracts. Are we going to get the move to the upside? Keep an eye on Bitcoin all the while as this is all happening. How is Bitcoin going to interact with its own Fibonacci resistance? Cardano, as of recently, has been really moving alongside Bitcoin. And so we have to be aware of this. Bitcoin at its own resistance, even above the Fibonacci, all the way up to like $66,000. There's a lot of resistance for Bitcoin. What happens in that regard? So be careful out there, everybody. I wanted to break down the charts. You know, we're tracking the short-term resistance. We see the targets to the upside. They're right in front of our eyes. You know, they're so close, but yet so far away as Cardano interacts with this resistance here. This $1.42 area is a very short-term area to watch for Cardano. Let's see if we can break it. What is good on that daily chart is just this daily candle we're putting in right now. Let's see how it closes today. Who knows? There's 8 hours left. I mean, we might end up all the way back down here below the Fibonacci resistance, you know, $1.30 area. We don't know. You can see the resistance here on this daily candle at the 786 line, the $1.42, $1.43 area. That is the resistance to break. Will it happen? We will see. You know the targets. I appreciate all you cruising by. If you're staking with CCV or CCV1, I appreciate all of you delegators. We're seeing just great success. We're minting blocks. We're up and running. We're operational. Rewards are going out every 5 days. I think we have 100% luck for both pools in this next epoch. So basically, we're seeing really good rewards coming up. So appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you in the next video. Have an awesome day, and God bless.